Okay. So this is your teacher Haris Bhatt, and you are seeing my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. So we are solving a question from AS Accounting incomplete records, right? AS Accounting from incomplete records. And this question has come in May, June 16, 2016, 22. So in our variant, it has come. So let's study the question. Jing is a sole trader. He does not maintain full accounting record. All sales and purchases are on credit. He provided the following information for the year ended 30th April. Check received from credit customer. This is basically amount received from customers. Check paid to credit supplier, payment to supplier. Rent paid is an expense, electricity paid is an expense. Carriage inward, what we'll do with carriage inward? Yes, carriage inward is going to be added in purchases. Carriage outward will be written under the heading of expenses, other operating expenses, irrecoverable debts. This is also an expense. Purchase return is going to be subtracted from purchases. Opening and closing data is given, but equipment is not given. Non-current asset, neither opening nor closing. Inventory, opening, closing, trade receivable, rent prepaid, electricity owing, trade payables, opening, closing are given. And all equipment was originally purchased for 2,700 on 1st May 2013. Jing depreciate his equipment using the reducing balance method at the rate of 10% per annum. Calculate the sales for the year ended. First of all, you have to write something. You have to you have to write something. If opening or closing balance of any expense or income is given in the question. If opening or closing balance of any expense or income is given in the question, we have to prepare proper expense account to find the profit and loss figure. मैं repeat कर रहा हूं. If opening or closing balance of any expense or income is given in the question, we have to prepare proper expense account to find the missing figure of profit and loss. To find missing figure of profit and loss. Okay. So first of all, the question examiner has asked us to calculate the sales. So, Talin, how we are going to find sales? We know that we are solving incomplete record question. So sales are not given. So you have to find sales. And how we find sales? We have to prepare sale ledger control account in order to find credit sales. If cash sales is not given in the question, we don't need to find cash sales because it is not given. But we have to prepare sale ledger control account to find credit sales. Let me see the page number. May, June 16, 22. Then credit purchases, page number 465. And question number 5. Question number 5, page number 465. Okay. So trade receivable at the start, trade receivable at the beginning. Zan kitne hai? And at the end is 2253. I will write here, brought down 3750. And I will write carried down here 2750. Next, I will write here check received from trade receivable. And I will write here credit sales, which I need to find. It is not given in the question. Now let's see check received or cash received from trade receivable from customer. How much it is given in the question? Talin, how much is the cash received from trade receivable? Yeah, check received from trade receivable. What is the amount? 96300. It will come on the credit side. Bank debit, trade receivable, credit. This is a trade receivable account. It is going to be credit because of what will come more? Sales return will come. It is not given in the question. Bad debts will come or irrecoverable debts. Discount allowed will come. It is not given, I think so. Bad debts written off is 200. What is the entry for bad debts? Irrecoverable debts debit, trade receivable credit. Irrecoverable debts is an expense. तो trade receivable credit हो रहे हैं 200 से. This is a trade receivable account. Right over here 200 say because of bad debts. Okay. Now I will go for the total of the credit side. We need to have a calculator because I don't have it. Okay. Total of the credit side will subtract the debit side and we'll find the credit sales. So let's go for the total of the credit. 99250. 99250. And the credit sales 95500. I think one of you has to go for the calculation. या आप साथ कर लो किसी गलती हो जाएगी तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी जी 955,500 is the credit sale and this is the total sales also. Why? Because cash sales is not given in that question or any kind of information regarding cash is also not given. So हमें जो है वो मजीद कैश सेल ऐड करने की यही टोटल सेल्स है आपकी. Now I will prepare purchase ledger control account in order to find credit purchases. Let's do that. I'll go for the dollar sign. Here I will write brought down. Here I'm going to write the carried down. Payment to trade payable I will write here. Here I'm going to write credit purchases. Here I'm going to write the purchase return. Right? Also, some more things can come over here. Discount receipt can come. Is a possibility, obviously, but not given in the question. Let's see the brought down. Brought down means trade payable at the start. So trade payable at the start are given here 3460. It is a liability. That's why it is having a credit balance. Closing is 1790. So let me write 3460 and 1790. Payment to trade payable that is given. Check paid to credit supplier 73540. I will write here payment to trade payable 73540. Then purchase return, it is given. Purchase return is given over here, like here purchase return 2480. The trade payable is going to be debited because of purchase return 2480. Right? So I will go with the total. And difference is going to be the credit purchases. So let me go for the total of the debit side. 77810. 77810. I will write here also 77810. And the difference is going to be my credit purchases. So you can calculate the credit purchases. 74350. Okay, that's great. Now I have the sales, I have the purchases. Now I can prepare at least I can prepare the trading account, right? Though there are some more accounts which needs to be prepared. Which are they? Rent account and electricity account. Why, sir? Because we have opening and closing balance of those expenses are given. So we have to prepare expense or income account to find the expense figure, which is supposed to be written in the question. Okay, next. But before going for that, I will start the statement of profit and loss. So let me prepare the statement of profit and loss, or you can call it as income statement, one and the same thing. Statement of profit and loss. So we'll write here the dollar sign. Here comes the revenue. And revenue is given in the question because we have calculated the credit sale. And revenue is 95500. Less, we will subtract less cost of sales. I will write opening inventory, add purchases, then less purchase return. Again, I am going to inform you, add carriage inward, what, sir? And less closing inventory. What I want to ask you that, oh, God, what is wrong? Okay, now it's right. Okay, purchase return has also come on the debit side of PLCA. बिकॉज ट्रेड पेबल्स आर डेबिटेड बिकॉज ऑफ परचेज रिटर्न। लेकिन परचेज रिटर्न को आपने क्रेडिट नहीं किया अभी तक, तो परचेज रिटर्न हैज टू बी सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम परचेजेस एंड देन दैट ड्यूल स्पेक कॉन्सेप्ट इज गोइंग टू कंप्लीट। So what is the opening inventory? We have to see the question. Opening inventory is 15,000 and closing inventory is 11,500. We will write 15,000 and closing inventory is given 11,500. Purchases, let's see. Purchases we have calculated. It was not given, but we have calculated purchases and that is 74350. So I will write here 74350. Less purchase return. That will be subtracted, Fazan subtract हो जाएगा. And purchase return is 2480 is the purchase return. Add carriage inward. That is given in the question. Carriage inward is a part of purchases. भाई जो चीजें खरीदी हैं उसको लाने के लिए जो किराया अदा किया वो परचेज का हिस्सा है, गुड्स परचेज किए हैं ना उसके हिसाब से जी. परचेजेस मैंने वहां से उठाएंगे, अकाउंट जो बनाया था ना, अकाउंट से, क्योंकि जो वो दी नहीं है चेक पेड टू क्रेडिट सप्लायर वो पेमेंट टू ट्रेड पेबल है बेटा, वो परचेजेस नहीं है. तभी तो हमें एसएलसी पीएलसी बनाना पड़ रहा है, because we have to find the credit purchases which we need to write in the cost of sales. तो कैलकुलेट करें. ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री एड परचेजेस लेस परचेज रिटर्न एड कैरेज इनवर्ड एंड लेस क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री. व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स? जी 1000. $76,000. तो माइनस कर देंगे तो आपका ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट जो है वो आ जाएगा 95500 माइनस 76,000. 19500. हाँ, ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट में 195 में था. ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट में हम ऐड कर देते हैं कमीशन रिसीव, रेंट रिसीव, डिस्काउंट रिसीव, इनकम, अदर इनकम, लेकिन इस सवाल में फिलहाल मौजूद नहीं. सो आई एम गोइंग टू सब्ट्रैक्ट द expenses from the gross profit. So let me subtract the expenses. The first expense I want to write actually is irrecoverable debts. Why, sir? Because maybe I will omit that because it is credited in the trade receivable account, but it will also come under the heading of expenses because of the dual aspect concept. I have to write it in the under the expense heading. Then next expense, let's see, carriage outward. That is 950. I have to write the carriage outward also because carriage outward is basically the carriage paid to deliver the goods to the customer, deliver the goods to the outlet. That is not direct expense. It is indirect expense. वो फैक्ट्री का खर्चा नहीं है. So that will be written under the heading of expenses 950. Then I'm going to write other operating expenses. Other operating expenses that is given and the amount is 95. I will write 95 here, like here 95. That's it. Then there will come two, three things more. Rent, that is also expense. Then electricity, and then depreciation on equipment. But I have to calculate these items because they are not available. The profit and loss figure is not available currently with us. So for that reason, I have written it because of the reason that I want you to take it lightly and take it more seriously. You have to prepare these accounts. Why? Let's think about it. If you just see it in the question, if any opening and closing balance of any expense is given, you have to prepare the account. You have to prepare the T account. तो आपको रेंट का अकाउंट बनाना पड़ेगा. मैं अकाउंट बना लेगा रेंट का और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का भी. यहाँ पे बचने जा रहा हूँ मैं rent account. Let me see. Rent account I will prepare. There is a format of the expense account, and the format of the expense account I am writing it down. Here I will write prepaid brought down. On the credit side I will write accrued or owing brought down. Here comes prepaid carried down. Here comes accrued carried down, and here I am going to write the bank figure, whatever the expense has been paid, and the difference is going to be the profit and loss figure. Now let's discuss that. जी वर्किंग में कर दें जहां मर्जी, ये कोई ऐसा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मतलब कोई इसमें स्पेस का इशू नहीं है. जी बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं कभी भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करता या उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आप बनाएं इसको बेहतर है, क्योंकि एक्सपेंशन इनकम अकाउंट यूजुअली यूज टू प्रिपेयर, यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर दैट इन द एग्जाम समटाइम्स, देन हाउ विल ओवरकम दैट, दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम। फिर A2 में जाके भी सब्सक्रिप्शन अकाउंट आपको नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में फिजान बनाना पड़ेगा, फिर प्रॉब्लम होगी, वहां तो कैलकुलेशन नहीं कर सकते। इससे बेहतर है कि आप प्रैक्टिस कर लें बार बार बना के, बिकॉज इट इज डिफिकल्ट, इट लुक्स टीडियस, इसमें शक नहीं है। तो भाई क्या बना लो, याद हो जाएगा खुद ही। देखिए समझाता हूँ, उसमें प्रीपेड ब्रॉडबैंड डेबिट पे आ रहे हैं। शादमीन आपका ये एसेट है, एक्सपेंसेस पेड इन एडवांस है, लास्ट ईयर expenses have been paid in advance, so it is a current asset, that's why it is debited. Prepaid carried on is also current asset, लेकिन सर वो क्रेडिट साइड में क्यों आया? बिकॉज कैरिड ऑन बैलेंसेस जिस साइड के पे होते हैं उसके ऑपोजिट साइड का बैलेंस लिखा क्रेडिट पे हुआ है, लेकिन जब आगे जाएगा तो भाई वो डेबिट नहीं आएगा। एक्रूड ब्रॉट डाउन लाइबिलिटी है आपकी, क्योंकि ये वो एक्सपेंसेस हैं जो आपने अभी तक पे नहीं किए। लाइबिलिटी, लाइबिलिटी इज ऑलवेज क्रेडिट, एक्रूड कैरिड डाउन भी लाइबिलिटी है आपकी, ये भी क्रेडिट है, आगे जाएगा तो क्रेडिट साइड पर ही आएगा, लेकिन अकाउंट के अंदर यू हैव टू राइट इट ऑन द डेबिट साइड। बैंक का मतलब है जो रेंट आपने पे किया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल शायद आप रेंट पे करते हैं बाय चेक, उसकी एंट्री क्या होती है बेटा? रेंट डेबिट एंड बैंक क्रेडिट। तो रेंट डेबिट हो रहा है किसकी वजह से? बिकॉज ऑफ बैंक, so I will write the amount which is paid actually on the debit side, which is the bank figure or cash figure, and the difference I will take with the name profit and loss, वो मुझे चाहिए actually। रेंट प्रीपेड ओपनिंग दिया हुआ है 500, एंडिंग दिया हुआ है 400, I will write here 500, और प्रीपेड एट द एंड जो है वो दिया हुआ है कितना? 400। सर एक्रूड किधर है? एक्रूड हमेशा आदमी नहीं दिया हुआ, तो मैं इसकी जगह डॉट्स डाल दूंगा या नहीं लिखूंगा, लेकिन क्वेश्चन में अक्सर दिया होता है, दोनों सारे दिए होते हैं, तो पूरा डाटा दिया होगा तो आपको पूरा फॉर्मेट याद होना चाहिए। बैंक फिगर आपको मिलेगी जहां से आपने पेमेंट्स की। रेंट कितना पे किया आपने बेटा? 5500 इज द रेंट एक्चुअली पेड। नाउ आई कैन गेट द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट फिगर, द टोटल इज गोइंग टू बी 6000, where I will write also 6000, and profit and loss figure is going to be how much? 5400. 5400. Oh, sorry, 5600. Yes. Or that will be written under the heading of expenses in the column of, in the row of rent expense. Sir, why? Why you haven't written the paid figure, which is 5500? Why 5600? Oh, accounting is based on accrual concept. Accrual concept. Expense is recorded in the period to which it relates, either it is paid or not. प्रॉब्लम इज दिस कि हमारे पेड फिगर तो लेनी ही नहीं है, हमें एक्सपेंस फिगर चाहिए तो एक्चुअल एक्सपेंस इस साल से रिलेट करता है, क्या वो पे किया है या नहीं पे किया। आगे आता है जी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का अकाउंट, तो वो अकाउंट मुझे बनाना पड़ेगा। वजह सर, बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हैज आल्सो इट्स ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन, सो लेट्स प्रिपेयर द अकाउंट। Again, the same format. I will use the same format. Format will not change. Prepaid broadband will come over here. Accrued broadband will come over here. Here I will write accrued carried down or owing carried down. Same thing. Outstanding is also the same thing. Repayment is also known as paid in advance. Bank figure will come over here. What is has been paid? Let's see what is given in the question. If we talk about electricity, the opening is owing. So electricity owing is given 35 and 40. So electricity owing is given, accrued, I will write here 35, and accrued carried down is given here, that is 40. Prepaid is not given for electricity, so we will not write, but I will show it in the format, ताकि format मुझे याद हो जाए as soon as possible, बाद में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी। अच्छा, अब ये जो एक्सपेंशन इनकम के अकाउंट है फिजान, ये इट विल नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन दिस चैप्टर, इट विल हेल्प यू फॉर एवर, अगले 2 सालों तक, अगले हर क्वेश्चन के अंदर आगे आना है, ये सिर्फ इसमें नहीं है। और A2 पूरा भरा पड़ा है, बनाना ही पड़ेगा, बेहतर है कि हम उसको पूरा ही यूज कर लें। तो बैंक फिगर कितनी है? दैट इज गिवन अपसाइड, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पेड इज 345, which is actually paid. Entry is electricity debit, bank credit. It will come on the debit side of electricity, and the difference is going to be the profit and loss figure. So you can write the profit and loss figure now. What is that? 345 plus 40 is total is going to be 385. Okay, and the difference 350. So I have calculated the electricity expense figure, which is 350. 350 is the electricity expense figure. So I have written, I have gone for the electricity expense figure. So this is how I have done that. समझ आ गई? Okay. Next is the depreciation. Remember that we have to prepare the depreciation account also. Oh, asset account also to calculate depreciation. थ्रू नेटबुक वैल्यू मेथड। और वो क्या होता है? नेटबुक वैल्यू मेथड सीखा था हमने ना, बताया था। उसमें ब्रॉट डाउन लिखिए, एडिशन disposal अगर कोई है तो carry it down and the difference is going to be the depreciation. You can write it like that also. Opening balance plus addition minus asset sold minus closing asset, you will get the amount of depreciation. It is the balancing figure you will take. Why, sir? Because net book value method of depreciation is only used when Fazan cost and depreciation is not given separately. फंस गए? जब कॉस्ट है ही नहीं तो एसेट अकाउंट कैसे बनाओगे? जब डेप्रिसिएशन है ही नहीं तो प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन और या एक्यूमुलेटेड डेप्रिसिएशन कैसे बनाओगे? We will not use cost method. We have studied the chapter of depreciation in which we used to prepare asset account. सबका गलत है। पेयर्स के पेपर देखें, 0 0 नंबर सबके 0 डेप्रिसिएशन। बताया भी हुआ था, मुश्किल चैप्टर है, बताया था, बार बार डिस्कस करता रहा हूँ। एसेट अकाउंट बनाते हैं, देन वी प्रिपेयर द प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट, एक्यूमुलेशन सेपरेटली। प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन में डेप्रिसिएशन रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, एसेट अकाउंट इज ऑलवेज प्रिपेयर्ड विद द कॉस्ट ऑफ द एसेट। बट नाउ here cost is not given, depreciation separately is not given, so we have to use net book value method. Net book value method क्या होता है? ओपनिंग एसेट प्लस एडिशन माइनस क्लोजिंग और फिर डेप्रिसिएशन आपकी आ जाती है। लेकिन यहाँ जरूरत हमें नहीं है क्योंकि ओपनिंग एसेट भी नहीं दिया हुआ, चार्जिंग लिखें, और क्लोजिंग भी हमें नहीं दिया हुआ, तो वी विल calculate like that. 2700 on 1st May 2023. Students have done it very wrong. Now I have to calculate the depreciation. Let me do that for you. We need to find the depreciation for which year? शाज़मीन किस साल की डेप्रिसिएशन निकालनी है मुझे, तो लिखनी है मुझे। यस, 14 से 15 की, या 15 भी कैसे, लेकिन हमें जो कॉस्ट दी हुई एसेट की वो किस डेट की दी हुई है? लास्ट में ऑल इक्विपमेंट वाज ओरिजिनली कॉस्ट फॉर 2700, वो तो 13 की। तो हमें तो वी नीड टू फाइंड डेप्रिसिएशन नॉट फॉर द करंट ईयर, फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर। तो सर फिर वो भी तो वही आएगी नहीं, रिड्यूसिंग बैलेंस मेथड। एक और मसला, तो 2700 का पहले हम लेंगे 10%, कितना आएगा बेटा? 270, अगेन वो माइनस करूंगा, 2430 आएगा, उसका लूंगा 10%, सो डेप्रिसिएशन इज गोइंग टू बी 243 for this 47. I will write, no, I don't need to write 2187. You are right. The net book value of the equipment is 2187, which is supposed to be written in the balance sheet. I'm not preparing balance sheet. I will have to write the expense figure. So depreciation on equipment is 243. I swear, अगर आपको डेप्रिसिएशन चैप्टर सही तरह ना मैंने बहुत कोशिश ना की होती तो ये समझ नहीं आना था। इसमें कोर डेप्रिसिएशन मौजूद है। आप इस साल की डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं लिख सकते क्योंकि we are not solving the question from 2013 to 14. We are solving the question from 2014 to 15. We need the depreciation through reducing balance method, and you have to write 243 over here. Now go for the total of the expenses, and we'll subtract from gross profit to find the profit for the year. So please calculate the expenses total. बाकी भी कर लें, किताब में कैलकुलेट कर लें साथ। So there is no, I didn't prepare the cash account. Why, sir? Because no expense has been paid in cash from cash sales, and cash banked is not given in the question. If cash banked is given in the question, we have to prepare cash account to find the total cash sales. Sorry, no, expenses total 38. Okay, and profit is 7438. That is, yeah. 7438, and answer is 12,062 is the profit for the year. So we are done with this. We have calculated the profit for the year, and the question is has been completed. But just 2 minutes more. Okay, done. That's fine. Now let's see what is the requirement of the question. Calculate sales, purchases, income statement. We can prepare the balance sheet also. Okay, that is not so also not that difficult. Now I want to just go through. I just want to go through the cash account for you because the question which I want you to do it at home. Number 1, declare May June 21 you will do it at home. May June 21. May, June 21, 21. And then you will solve another question at home. And that is going to be, no, जी, May, June 14, 22. May, June 14, 22. So the first part of the first only count which you need to prepare in May, June 14, 22, that's I'm going to prepare for you only. बस 3-4 मिनट. That is, we have to prepare cash account. Sir, how you found the cash account has to be prepared? बताइए. इधर पढ़िएगा ट्रांजैक्शन यहाँ से. All cash takings. What do you mean by takings? हाँ, अब बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको. इसलिए takings मतलब sales. So all cash sales were banked. मतलब all cash sales बैंक में जमा करा देंगे, except for 29,000 of this 10,000 was used to pay wages and the remainder kept for personal use, यानी वो drawings हैं. All other payments but अब मुझे बताएं कैश बैंक कहाँ दिया हुआ कैश बैंक कितने का दिया हुआ? This is cash sales banked. How much it is the amount? 30,000. So I will prepare the cash account to find the total cash sales. तो मुझे जवाब दिया फैजान ने कि सर कैश सेल तो दी नहीं है. मैंने कहा नहीं बेटा, जो आपको दिया हुआ है वो कैश सेल नहीं है, वो असल में कैश बैंक्ड है 30,000. फिर हमने और क्या पे किए? वेजेस कितने की? 10,000 की. और हमने क्या पे किए बेटा? ड्रॉइंग्स कितने की? 19,000 की. एंड नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू फाइंड द टोटल कैश सेल्स which will come on the debit side, which is 59,000. So this is how I have prepared the cash account. अभी बता रहा हूँ जी. मतलब ये नया पॉइंट है ना, कैश सेल्स इज ऑल्सो गिवन. क्रेडिट सेल तो आप निकालोगे ना, बाकी जो स्टेप्स है वो सब वही है जो हम पहले करते हैं करेंगे. ये नया अकाउंट बना है. क्यों? हमें पता चला चाहते मैंने लिखवाया है. अगर कैश सेल में से आप कुछ एक्सपेंसेस पे कर रहे हैं ना कैश सेल में से, आपको कैश अकाउंट बनाना पड़ेगा. और उस सूरत में कैश बैंक क्वेश्चन में दिया होगा नहीं? अगर होगा तो आएगा, सवाल में नहीं है. सही कह रहे हो, इस क्वेश्चन में नहीं दी. ड्रॉ डाउन क्रेडिट कैश का नहीं दिया. तो द टोटल अमाउंट इज द बैलेंसिंग फिगर व्हिच इज कैश सेल्स. 59,000 इज द कैश सेल्स. अब जरा गौर कीजिएगा इस पर. दलील, मेरी टोटल कैश सेल्स 59,000 थी, उसमें से मैंने 30,000 बैंक में जमा करवा दिया, राइट. 10,000 की वेजेस पे कर दी और 19,000 पर्सनल ड्रॉइंग्स हो. टोटल कैश सेल्स 59,000 है, 30,000 नहीं है. वो कैश का वो हिस्सा है जो बैंक में जमा कर. यही तो पॉइंट है सर, बच्चे कंफ्यूज कर. ये बस आपने क्वेश्चन करनी है. ठीक है जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. बाकी फिर इससे डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आगे फ्यूचर में हम पढ़ेंगे. थैंक यू. एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन व्हाट्सएप मी.